David and I had a very, very close personal relationship from the outset. So when I wrote that original letter, it was sent to his home, not to the NBA office, because I felt like I had all these personal state secrets in that letter that I didn't want floating around in the NBA to get other people thinking about what I was doing or how I was going to do it and so forth. And I also didn't want anybody else knowing I was thinking about moving the Kings from Kansas City to Sacramento. My name is Gregg Lukenbill. I purchased the Kansas City Kings in 1983, and shortly thereafter, on February 1, 1984, David Stern became the NBA commissioner. Subsequent to that, I wrote David a letter in March of 1984 outlining my vision of moving the team to Sacramento and how that would interface with the NBA. Dear David, I'm excited about the future of the NBA. With a new, clearly defined brand of strong business-like leadership and the recently renewed ownership strength and commitments throughout the league, our prospects look promising. In the short conversation I had with you and Russ last week, I came to realize several items of significant importance to both of us. First, you do not know me and I plan to change that. I will be in Dallas for the league meeting and I look forward to us getting to know and understand each other and our goals. Secondly, I realize you know nothing of the long-term planned business commitment I have made based on sports. The Kings presently are the centerpiece of that commitment. Your comprehension and agreement with my theory of the proper economic relationship among related entities serving the sports entertainment market perked me right up. At that moment, I realized you and I talk the same language. I've gone to great lengths over the years to research all aspects of sports and their operational framework, the successful and the failures. I'm certain that my overall theory works in every market in the United States. With a little time and your agreement, understanding, and help, we will create a microeconomic operational model of the purest form of business principles in the sports entertainment field. Central ownership of the arena, parking lot, novelties, concessions, and team is the necessary vehicle. The results should be the best framework to develop, test, and perfect needed marketing research to increase attendance in the NBA and the demand for basketball as a professional sport. Thirdly, I realize that you and Russ are not familiar with Sacramento and its incredible market characteristics. I'm not surprised. As I stated, and this is after extensive travel and research, Sacramento is the best kept secret in the United States. That is a businessman's opinion. From a sports viewpoint, the entire Sacramento Valley is an absolute sports vacuum. And I believe that you will soon agree this situation represents a tremendous opportunity for the NBA. Sacramento and the NBA is an economic and marketing marriage made in heaven, benefiting the area and the league. I have enclosed information about the exciting and projected Sacramento market. As you read through this, David, remember, there's not a single pro franchise in any sport at any level in the Sacramento area. This market is the NBA's for the taking, and there will not be another franchise of any kind to compete with basketball for at least 4 or 5 years. I repeat, please remember, as you are reading through this information, that there's not a single pro franchise in any sport at any level in the Sacramento area. I'm certain you will find that astounding, but it is true. Finally, David, I need you to understand what I am asking. I welcome any and all studies of the Sacramento market. The market demographics, population statistics, economic profile, growth projections, and most importantly, our national media ranking are rock solid. The Sacramento secret is a one-of-the-kind economic fluke that could only happen in California. My only problem is delicate timing. In a nutshell, I am asking for a simple, personal, verbal commitment from you by June 1st for your support in my moving the Kings to Sacramento for the 1985-86 season, providing the following criteria is met. 1. The results of any studies, surveys, or other market analyses you deem necessary for league consideration is completed and the results meet your approval. Number 2, the potential territorial conflict with the Warriors can be addressed and resolved in a mutually beneficial manner, satisfactory to both parties. Number 3, I construct an indoor arena in excess of 10,000 permanent seats in Sacramento, completed in time for the 85-86 season. This building, although permanent in structure, will only house the Kings for 2 seasons until the 18,000-seat indoor facility is completed. Number 4, all of the above can be done quietly and with due consideration to the Kansas City market. At this point, I will be asking for your support to solve any logistical or scheduling problems and to aid us in securing the necessary votes to obtain league approval to move the franchise. Taken one step at a time, I am certain that this situation could become a reality as I have outlined. I look forward to our meeting in Dallas and any future time you elect to set aside for me. Sincerely, Gregg Lukenbill.
The board voted to approve the move of the Kansas City Kings to Sacramento for the 1985-86 season.
I'd like to take a moment to congratulate and thank the people of Sacramento. Their enthusiasm.
We think it's going to happen very much in Sacramento. We expect it to be one of our most successful franchises.
I was 28 years old, you know, so without David, I got nothing. And I learned that in Sacramento with the other guys that were my support system here. Without the support of David Stern, I was wasting my time and his time, and without his support, I wasn't going anyplace. This franchise wasn't coming to Sacramento. We didn't have a snowball's chance in hell, in my opinion. So getting David's support was crucial for me. So the reason I wrote the letter and the way I wrote it was to sell myself and the concept of what it was, to be able to facilitate his understanding and enthusiastic support for trying it out.
Hi, I'm David Stern, NBA Commissioner Emeritus, and it's my great pleasure to join you tonight.
I called David up after he, I think he had just resigned from being the commissioner, didn't he? And I asked him if he would talk about, he would reminisce about his time moving the Kings to Sacramento. Before my talk, that I was doing a program for the Historical Society.
Gregg Lukenbill has asked me to reminisce a bit for the Sacramento County Historical Society about my reactions to Sacramento and some of my recollections. For Arco Arena, which was a really unique and leading the way for us in terms of getting a naming rights sponsor. Gregg was very imaginative that way. I remember being stuck in traffic on my way through the single lane to the opening night, and I said to the driver, I have to get there. When they're going to bang the gavel without me, that would be a terrible thing. So he pulled out, and the next thing I know, a police car comes up with the siren flashing, and we explained ourselves. He said, okay, follow me. And the police car took us all the way in. So that was an auspicious debut. And I must say that I was at the opening of Arco 2, and I was at the opening of the Golden One Center. So I'm one of a small group of people, along with some very, very great Sacramento fans, who have been to the openings of all three buildings.
When Gregg Lukenbill started the dream that was, I'm going to build a warehouse and we'll have it as an arena. Think about that. Okay, Gregg, whatever you say. And sure enough, there it was, with a road that you couldn't get to. It took you 3 hours to get here from downtown, but we did it.
He loved the building. David had very nice things to say about, always had nice things to say about his time with me and when I managed the team and the results of what that yielded for the NBA. What made the Kings different? All these franchises, right, that moved. And then then along comes the Maloofs trying to move the Kings. And all of a sudden, it's getting handled differently. Why? That was my question.
I always felt that Sacramento fans were the best and loudest and most devoted fans in the NBA. Cowbells and all. And when it came time to consider whether to move the team or not, I was motivated by the precept that if fans support you well, you should give them the opportunity to keep their team. And honestly, with then Mayor Kevin Johnson, with the help of then Senator Darrell Steinberg, with an assist from Governor Brown, we just said to the fans, show us your support. And they did. Those fans were sponsors, those fans were season ticket holders. Those fans would not allow the NBA governors and the board to say anything other then we owe these people a chance to keep their team. And indeed, you did. And so I'm delighted to be with you tonight to just share a little bit of the history and to sit back and feel very good, fans, supporters, Historical Society members, season ticket holders, elected officials, that the Kings will no doubt be in Sacramento for decades to come. So thank you.